So I need to start the second Rasen Report off with an apology. I said last time that I was going to rant about how hard it is to collect the crow on the latest We Are Finally podcast. And I didn't. I forgot. I'm sorry, so I'm gonna do it right now to make up for it. Okay, so first of all, you can only buy the Blu-ray of The Crow as a $5 add-on item on Amazon, which means your cart total needs to be at least $25 to get it. Same thing with the DVD that collects the 3 sequels. But getting them in HD should be much more simple, right? Wrong. If you want to get The Crow in HD, it's pretty tricky, and as far as I can tell, downright impossible if you want to collect it in a consistent format. For one thing, you can buy every Crow movie digitally in HD except for Wicked Prayer. I still don't get why it's only available in standard def. The Crow and The Crow City of Angels have standalone Blu-rays, and then there's a City of Angels and Salvation Blu-ray double feature, but it's only available in Europe, and it won't play on American Blu-ray players as a result. So if you're in America, you can only get the City of Angels and Wicked Prayer Blu-ray double feature. So anyways, I ended up getting that, and then I went digital to get Salvation in HD. Anyways, please sign my petition to release The Crow Salvation on Blu-ray in America. Also, breaking news, the Crow reboot is on ice again because Jason Momoa left. Oh. Alright, let's get started now. It is time for Questlog, the most factual and accurate digital news outlet that you will ever find right here on the Rasen Brand YouTube channel. If it wasn't accurate, why would it take a month to come out, huh? Takes us that long to make this shit, edit these stories and fact-check them. Yeah. After months of rumors and leaks, Apple CEO Tim Cook finally did confirm today that the next iPhone will in fact be screenless. While details are still scarce, Cook did want to clarify some rumors. For one thing, he did state that the rumors that the phone will be completely voice-controlled through Siri were in fact false. That's right, folks, this will be the first phone that fully utilizes tongue interface technology, which means we'll be licking our phones left and right. Cook cited social media as an example, saying, "You can know how well people are reacting to your post by licking your phone. If it tastes bitter, people hate you. If it tastes sour, people are subtweeting you. And if it tastes sweet, you got a good ratio going on." Truly innovative. Good job, Apple, once again. Moving right along, you know, it seems like many people think that there is some sort of separation between technology and religion, but this next story might just make you a believer. If you've been following game news the past few weeks, you've probably already seen that Canadian Walmart has been leaking major announcements weeks ahead of time. However, some are speculating that this isn't just simple data entry error, this might be prophetic. People are citing one specific game title that was leaked, and it has quite a weird name. Let me just read it here. Yes, okay. The game was titled, and I quote, "Make the tweet, Roseanne. You can blame it on Ambien later." Huh, that is weird, isn't it? Other titles that raise some eyebrows include Stop Watching Anime and Go Outside, You Nerds, and also Ted Cruz isn't the Zodiac Killer, but Paul Ryan is Jack the Ripper. Very, very concerning. We will follow up with you if there's any more details on this weird religious phenomena. Let's continue on to inventory management. This is the segment where I talk about all the dumb crap I bought this month. This month, I doubled down on my newly found appreciation of Devilman, picking up the just-released Devilman Classic Collection Part 1, which contains the first half of the original Devilman run and an interquel side story called Shin Devilman. The quality of this hardcover collection is phenomenal, but I do have to complain that I didn't realize Shin Devilman was included until reading about it online after my purchase. It isn't clearly marked in the collection itself where the original Devilman material ends and the Shin Devilman material begins, nor does any of the descriptive text in the inner covers or back of the book itself even reference its inclusion. I don't mind that it was made part of the collection, but I would have liked a little more transparency just so I knew what I was in for before the book was delivered. That being said, Devilman is a fantastic read, and if you're like me and jumped on the bandwagon after watching Crybaby, this is a great next step. I highly recommend it. In other weeb news, I bought the Gundam movie trilogy on Blu-ray. I haven't seen these in forever, and even though a lot of old Gundam stuff is easy to find online, Right Stuff has done a phenomenal job publishing Gundam in the West, and I want to do my part and support them. The movies aren't perfect, as they're the result of a 40-some episode TV show getting cut down into a movie trilogy, but they do the job well enough, and they're an efficient way of reliving the original Gundam story without sacrificing too much. I'm excited to rewatch them. I also bought a Nyko game clip for my DualShock 4, which allows me to clip my phone or tablet on top of my controller to more easily play phone games that support controllers. I bought this because the beta for the Steam Link app was released on Android and it worked shockingly better than I expected. If you need me, I'll be playing Melty Blood on my bed like a loser. Remember last time when I said I was holding off on buying the PSVR aim controller? Well, that didn't last long. The thing isn't getting any cheaper, and I decided to just go ahead and grab it while it was still easy to do so through Amazon. Part of the problem is I think they don't even sell this thing standalone anymore. I think moving forward you're gonna have to buy a bundle of some kind to even get it. I have to say, it's a lot sturdier than the PS3 Sharpshooter, probably because of the more abstract design with less moving parts. I streamed myself playing Farpoint and Doom with it, which I'll link to below. It was a pretty damn good time. If you have PSVR and are on the fence, I highly suggest picking the aim controller up. Let's transition on over to tavern recommendations so I can chill more. Kind of out of nowhere, a demo was released for Zone of the Ender's second runner Mars, complete with VR support. I immediately did my part and streamed that shit in VR, and it was above and beyond my expectations. Even for those of you without PSVR, it's clear that this is going to be the best version of Second Runner, which is already a fantastic action game. If you haven't played Zone of the Ender's second runner, please download this demo because I promise you won't be disappointed. It's phenomenal. And if for whatever reason you want to experience the first game before the remaster drops this September for PS4 and PC, my friend Jawnsunn and I are currently publishing a Let's Play of the first Zone of the Enders game. It has some technical difficulties, but we're pretty happy with it, so check it out if you're interested. I'll link to the second runner stream and the Let's Play of the first game down below. And for those wondering, no, I am not apologizing for shilling my content 2 segments in a row. But more importantly, check out the second runner demo, it's awesome. It's better than anything I could ever make in my lifetime. But enough of shilling my own content, let's go back to shilling other people's content. SuperBunnyHop uploaded a video on the Nintendo Labo, which feels less like a review and more like an insightful analysis of the Labo and its place within the history of edutainment games. As always, BunnyHop does a fantastic job taking a look at the Labo from a technical perspective, and the snippets we get of him and his friends just playing around is icing on the cake. As someone with no interest in grabbing the Labo for myself, but curious to see what it was like, this was the perfect video for me. Great job, BunnyHop. And my last recommendation is one that I won't spend too much time on because it's been covered everywhere else, but if you're at all curious about Solo: A Star Wars Story, I say check it out. I went in cynical and not expecting too much, and while I still have a fair amount of gripes with the film, including one part near the end where I wanted to shout, "Oh fuck off" at the screen, I would say that I overall enjoyed it. I think it's a shame that it doesn't seem to be doing that great in the box office, because it's a pretty alright heist movie, honestly, and I was fairly impressed with how it turned out given its well-documented troubled development. While I'm still not sure if we really needed a Han Solo prequel, I still enjoyed the film regardless, so hey, kudos to them. And before I head out for the night, let's go into the announcement dungeon. Starting off the announcement dungeon tonight, I want to circle back around to talking about Devilman for a bit. Discotech Media announced an absurd number of Western releases this month, among them being the Devilman OVAs, cheesy dub included and everything. They also stated a never-before-translated audio drama will be included with the release. In addition, while this was announced many months ago, they also gave an update on another release I've started to anticipate, Cyborg 009: The Cyborg Soldier. This was a show that was apparently on Toonami at some point or another, but to be honest, I watched Toonami religiously and I don't remember this one bit. I've started to gain some interest in the Cyborg 009 franchise, however, so I was glad to hear that they plan to release the Blu-ray of the series by the end of the year. At some point or another I want to read the original manga too, but that might take a while to get to. And then going back to game stuff, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate finally got a localization announcement. I put in a few hours on the 3DS version, but as was the case with every 3DS Monster Hunter I tried to play, I just could not stand the controls and it really took me out of the experience. The Switch seems like the perfect place for this type of game, and while I know plenty of my friends didn't have a lot of polite things to say about Generations, I'm willing to give the game another chance. In the meantime, I'm gonna do my best to finish up World and jump back into 4U, which I left about 20 hours in. And I'm sure there's other announcements and such, and I really tried to look them up, but there's just not enough that I felt the need to talk about this month, I guess. I mean, Mega Man 11 looks cool, but yeah, Mega Man's good. I got the Legacy Collections too, by the way, those are good. Mega Man's great. Super Fighting Robot, Mega Man, Super Fighting Robot, Mega Man.